So, I've been doing a lot of thinking, as I always do. That's all that this brain does is think these days. Um, is just when your life gets drastically flipped upside down, unexpectedly, when you think that things are going really well, um, chances are that it's not it's not always life just trying to drown you and destroy you, but more so God trying to um, completely destroy the foundation that you knew in order to rebuild you on the foundation that He wants for you. Because I will say that, I got married at a very young age. I met my ex-husband on my 18th birthday. He was much older than me, and we got married when I was 20, and then we had kids, shortly afterwards. And I never really got a chance to know who I was, and that's something that I don't necessarily regret because I have two amazing children out of it. But I wish that I would have learned my lessons sooner than later and not listen to other people tell me what I should be doing. Instead, listening to myself and God and following His direction. But I was unfortunately a people pleaser, and I am no longer that. And I can say I wish I had a certificate that says that I've graduated from that, because I'm not. I'm just not a people pleaser. I'm not willing to bend or sacrifice myself any longer for anybody else's comfort. I will not light myself on fire to keep you warm any longer. And that's where I stand. So, but I wanted to share Jeremiah 29:11 through 14 has really helped me the past several months get myself back on my feet after, a couple years of pretty wild waters. But it says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. I want you to enjoy success. I do not plan to harm you. I will give you hope for the years to come. Then you will call out to me. You will come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. When you look for me with all your heart, you will find me, and I will be found by you, and I will bring you back from where you were taken as prisoners. And that was just a great reminder to me that God sees everything that happens to us. He sees, He knows, He understands the situations that we're in, and He can turn it all for good if we allow Him to work through us. And 2 years ago, I had just had my baby. I had a, 15 year age gap between my daughter and then my son. And I always just said, I just really want to see my kids graduate from high school and become adults when I had my older two kids. And that was just a goal of mine. And then as they started getting closer to, high school and then, my oldest was getting closer to graduating high school, it started becoming real, well, then what? What then? Am I just going to give up on life because of this heart condition? And so when I got pregnant with Magnus, I just was so thankful and praising God and thanking Him for another reason for me to continue to fight and stay alive. And I know it sounds crazy that I would use my kids as a way to fight, but they really do. They have given me a purpose of being here on this earth, and because my life has not been easy with my heart condition. And so after I had Magnus, though, the wires to my pacemaker came disconnected, and it caused me to be very sick for many months, 7 months actually. And it wasn't until they figured it out in the 7th month, and then I needed the emergency surgery, and then I started to not be, I wasn't in psychosis anymore, but I still struggled with a lot of mental health stuff. And so, but during that time, I had already made that commitment that I was no longer going to allow my heart condition to control me. And so the pacemaker wires came disconnected. And in that time, I lost a lot. I lost so much. But now I can see God, how he's used it for good. And one of the first things that I lost was my car. I had purchased a car and I ended up not being able to make the payments on it, so I had to surrender it and walk away. Well, I believe that the enemy wanted to use that as a way to keep me stuck. No movement. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything on my own unless I asked for help and to get me places. And that was a huge hindrance in my life, but I was also able to use it as a way to stay home and not go escape to things to, fill the voids of what I was feeling at the time. And I was just kind of stuck in my own mess and my own ability to just deal with the stuff that I just would escape from all the time, because it was easy to get in a car and just go take off and do something else instead of sitting there and healing. And so I use that time as a time to heal. And just this last month, I bought myself a brand new 2025 Toyota Tacoma. God healed so much of me in that time. And then it was like a gift. He was like, here you go. This is well deserved and well earned. And so I was able to redeem that area, but also use the challenges of not having a car to my advantage. Another thing is I lost my house. I did not have the ability to pay for my house anymore because I was struggling. And I believe that was the enemy's way of trying to give me, create instability in my life, not give me a place to call home. And for a couple years there, I didn't even talk to my parents, and so I didn't even have their home to come to. But I used that as a way to really focus and depend on God. In all the situations that I have, almost been homeless, I turned to God and God provided for me. And now I have an amazing relationship with my parents. And I also have my own apartment and a place to call my own. And then another thing that I lost was my ability to do hair and have a full-time job in doing hair. And because I was doing hair out of my house, so when I lost my house, I could no longer do it. And then I was really sick for a long time, so I lost a lot of clients. And not to mention, I moved 30 minutes away from where all my clients were. And so, but I used that time to think about what I really wanted to do with my life. Did I want to keep doing hair? I love doing hair, but it's not something that I feel like I'm called to do for the rest of my life. I've always wanted to be a bartender. And I know, as crazy as it sounds, that was a dream of mine since I was a really young girl. And it's now opened my eyes to be able to see that I can be more than just a hairdresser. And I even thought about going into car sales for Toyota at one point, and I got a call back about another interview. But I am now working at a restaurant where I absolutely love it, and I have the ability to be a bartender and serve people and talk with cool people and enjoy my time in a fun environment. And I just feel so blessed that me losing the ability to, recover all those clients has led me to a new path that is something that I absolutely love. It's something that fills my soul completely. And so, those are all things that, the enemy tried to take away from me, and God restored them all. And I just want to encourage anybody who feels like their life is flipped upside down. There's only two ways to deal with things. Either you just let it consume you, let it drown you, allow yourself to say, woe is me, and just, let the chaos pile on, or step in and rebuke the lies of the enemy and watch God transform all of those negatives into positives and rebuild that foundation, because our foundation is only going to be solid if it is built on God. Otherwise, it's going to be washed away in any storm. So that's my encouragement for today. Hope y'all are having a good Thursday.